center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Tim Patrick, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. In the first half, it was the veteran quarterback Jared Goff who had command of the offense. He connected on 3 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters as his guys have built up a sizable lead here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And he returns this to the 22. Amon-Ra St. Brown and the rest of the Detroit Lions getting set for another series here.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's second down. Now Goff. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now a play fake, and it's gone. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is incomplete.
Hey, Christopher, stop it. It's okay.
Looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff.
That throw right side here going to be incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 43. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Goff throwing again.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Second down and 4.
Gone. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. And they'll run it with Gibbs. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now Goff. And he slings one that's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
And they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
Escapes the defender, and he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
60 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Stroud now on 1st and 10. Mechie has it on the slant.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. And they'll go right back to Pierce.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48.
From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Stroud.
And this is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So out now come the Lions. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs.
Taking it right down Broadway.
He's on his way.
Touchdown, Detroit.
Jameer Gibbs.
His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season.
And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point try now for Patterson.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Stroud on 3rd down now. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
Jameer Gibbs and the Lions offense getting set once again.
And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
From the gun on third down, Goff. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
This will be fielded at the 17. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Play action. Stroud now. That's complete to Dell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Hand off left side. Pierce shoves him aside. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 92 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Stroud. They'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Pierce will try to pick it up. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Stroud looking to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
He's just not at his focus in this game. It's not 1 drop. It's not 2. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. Now they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They'll run here with Pierce. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
They'll motion out one of the tight ends. Pierce is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Third and goal, Stroud. And it is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Dalton Schultz from 4 yards out. And the Texans are able to claw one back. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 160 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Goff now looking to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Malik Collins never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Pierce has it knocked loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football And situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Here's Williams to return.
Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Another run for Gibbs here.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. To throw is Goff. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on third down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
The Texans back out there and ready to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Throw over the middle is taken in by Dell.
And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down.
Now they'll throw it with Stroud here. 1st and 10. To Pierce, they set up the screen.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
From the 25, here's 2nd down at 7. Stroud sets up the play action.
And that is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Going for it with Pierce.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Goff now looks to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Goff wants to throw on 3rd and 1. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee, as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. On 1st down, here's Stroud. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. John Mechie was his intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. And Stroud now to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Pierce. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 1st and 10, it's Stroud. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now Stroud. Delivers another one to Pierce. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Give to Pierce. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Stroud out of the gun here. Got his man down. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2. Stroud to throw it. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll toss this to Pierce on the right side. Wiggles free. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Dameon Pierce, 14 yards. And the Texans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
On the return, Williams. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out. He has a chance to hit that often elusive 200-yard mark on this drive.
And most of the time during a game, people aren't keeping track of individual statistics.
Are you sure?
Well, a lot of the runners kind of know. But I'll guarantee you, someone has sent word into the offensive line that he's got a chance to get over 200 on this drive. That should give them a little extra motivation, because they love it when backs break that barrier.
Absolutely. Let's see if he can do it. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Sure to step over the top, and then I'll take the second lead, lay it over the top.
Here's Stroud.
Okay.
That's complete. It's Collins.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. From the 23, here's a 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Stroud.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a Scotia credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today. Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more, and, you know, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down.
Play action. It's Goff. This will be caught inside the 10. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
They'll run with Gibbs.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Now a play fake, and it's Goff.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
On 4th down, Goff to the sidelines, and Detroit has Riley Patterson out there for the field goal. Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though.
This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Brings up second and 5 at the 21-yard line.
And then it's still really whirling.
Stroud working out of the gun.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Rounding 5 on this play to move the sticks. A shotgun snap to Stroud.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Derek Barnes coming in to drop it for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their own 42.
They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs,
58 yards.
and the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Texans offense set to regain possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Stroud. It's caught downfield by Mechie.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Stroud looking to throw. Pass complete to Dell.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Again, it's Stroud.
Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
Play action. Stroud now. That is caught by Dell.
And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet. and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down on the play by the linebacker, Christian Harris.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
They'll go again with Gibbs.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
On 3rd down, here's Gibbs.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Detroit, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Now, another little trick I like to do when I'm eating a little bit lighter is use chopsticks. It makes me slow down, savor each bite, and it's also just fun to eat with chopsticks. So good. And so good for you. Come on, Rob, let's go. I'm going to beat you. What do you think, boys? One more time for lunch? Let's do this thing. Up next, a delicious reward. An incredible orange revolution smoothie. The perfect ending to a perfectly lightened up day. For recipes from this episode, go to foodnetwork.com/pioneerwork. Come on, guys. Good boy. Come on, Walter. I have had so much fun hanging out with you two fellas. What do you say we just enjoy one more quiet moment before the gang gets back, okay? And run up and down the stairs one last time? I'll take that as a no. I'm Ree Drummond. I'm a writer, blogger, photographer, mother, and I'm an accidental country girl. I live on a ranch in the middle of nowhere, and all my recipes have to be approved by cowboys, hungry kids, and me. Here's what's happening on the ranch. My brother Mike's helping Lad feed cattle, and I'm making warm, comforting Mexican hot chocolate with marshmallows for Mike and the kids to toast over the fire. Then, while Uncle Mike and the kids have some quality time together, I'm wrestling up a hearty, delicious breakfast I know Mike will love. Individual, Eckerd, sunrises, sweet, scrumptious orange mini muffins. It's going to be an action-packed morning of food, feeding, family, and fun. Welcome to my frontier. My brother Mike is on the ranch today, and I am so excited. He's a pretty busy guy with a full social calendar, so I'm so happy he's gracing us with his presence today. He's out meeting with Lad, and I'm going to whip up a big breakfast for everybody. I'm making orange mini muffins. It's something that our mom used to make when we were little, and I know Mike is going to love them. I've got 2 sticks of softened butter in the mixer, and I'm adding a cup of sugar, and then I'll just cream these together. When Lad feeds cattle, he has to start first thing, so I had to get a really early start getting Mike. Lad really likes having Mike around, and Mike just loves to help out on the ranch.
I'll let you walk in the mouth. I'll let you count the kids. I'll count the cows.
In the winter, when there's no green grass, we have to feed our cattle. There are a lot of them out there, so it's a never-ending job. It's a good thing Lad's got cowboy Mike to help him out.
We get stuck back on the plan. If we get stuck, don't worry. If we get lucky and we got to stay in.
You know, even though Mike is my brother, he always winds up hanging out with Lad a little more. I think Lad's just slightly more exciting than I am. Okay, this is all creamed together, so I'll crack in 2 eggs. This is a really easy muffin recipe. And then 2 cups of flour. I'm making a breakfast of things I know Mike is going to love. To go with these muffins, I'm making this delicious skillet of eggs that's baked on a diner in our hometown that Mike loves to go to. Okay? And then I'll measure a cup of buttermilk. That's part of what makes these muffins so moist and delicious. And if you don't have buttermilk in your fridge, one of my favorite tricks is to measure a little bit less whole milk than you need, and then top it off with white vinegar. It makes instant buttermilk. I do that more than I do regular buttermilk. To the buttermilk, add a teaspoon of baking soda. Stir it all together, and then it goes into. And this gets mixed together. Now, when I say my brother Mike has a busy social calendar, I am not fooling. My other brother Doug, my sister Betsy, and I always joke that he has way more friends than the 3 of us combined. It's always been an adventure to go to the mall because you're walking along and it's just a non-stop stream of people saying, "Hey Mike, oh hey Mike, what's up Mike?" He's a popular guy. Okay, now the last thing I'll add to the batter is some orange zest. I'm just going to zest 2 oranges. That's the beauty of these muffins. They have such a strong citrus flavor, and I pretty much love anything citrus. My kids love it when Uncle Mike comes over, and I love it too. Mike and I have always been really close. We're just 18 months apart, and so many of my childhood memories were sort of centered around Mike. Okay, I got the 2 oranges zested. I tried to keep all the zest on the zester, so that it's easy to just tap it right into the mix. Okay, now I'll just stir this gently until the zest is 3